Hello everyone, it's Matt here and welcome to the vlog for August 2018. There's a neat little list I've compiled to go through, so we're going to start with the first subject, which is I have a new job, and it is doing IT support for a fairly local school. So I lost my job originally at a college due to financial constraints, so effectively they couldn't afford me, and then the school were advertising for an IT technician to apply for a job and got it. So I've done 3 days so far. It's been quite nice. And the team, there's only 3 of us, including me, in the entire IT team. So it's the school itself isn't too big, but there are 2 schools that the team of 3 actually do service. So it's a nice little mix between those. Looks really nice. I've started to settle in and that sort of stuff, so I'm looking forward to continuing on working there and seeing what that brings. And of course, you can't leave a job that you've spent 4 years on without making a bit of an impact. And I'm pleased to say that I've done a good job and I did lots of hard work, and it was recognised by my co-workers and colleagues because they decided to allow me to get rid or put this onto the back burner and sideline and sort of say, it's done its service, if you're going to be putting it politely. And they had a whip round and were able to get me one of these. This is a Corsair K70 Lux RGB keyboard. It's actually one I've got on my computer now, and it is a vast improvement on my old CM Storm here. This one, if I remember correctly, was purchased in 2013 as part of a deal with the mouse. So the mouse itself is fine. There's nothing wrong with the mouse. But the keyboard, there's sort of like bands to the colour. So they had a little band here, which was fine. They had another band from about there, which was fine. So all that sort of bit there, but all this was kind of muted, like there's something wrong with the LEDs or the power or something, and it did sort of flicker in and out, so maybe there was something wrong with it. I'm not too sure. It's still a working keyboard, it just you can't really see the keys, and because it's backlit you can't actually see what the keys are unless you write on them, so it's kind of pointless to do that. So yeah, it's a nice surprise. Saves me having to get the keyboard, certainly. And it's a nice parting gift. It's something useful. It's not a Rolex watch or something, or something, or a carriage clock, or something that is useful, don't get me wrong, but might not necessarily be left. This is really useful. It's really nice. It's quite nice and weighty as well. It's really useful. It's nice and tactile and responsive. And the great thing is it's customizable. So at the moment I've got it as a nice tealy sort of colour. So it comes up as a nice light. I can see it all quite clearly. And it's really responsive and really fantastic. There's a few other bits as well. So my former manager got me a little figure. So it says Matt the IT guy on a 2x4 yellow brick, and it's supposed to be me with a little laptop. So if I can take the plate off, you can actually see it's a bit clearer there. So he's actually got a standard Lego laptop and standard Lego elements and just a printed brick, and the clear plastic container is actually made by Fabiox, I think it's called, or Fabiox or something like that. And it's a nice sturdy container, so it's nice to receive that. Moving on to lug meat and lug related stuff, because I'm a great person for supporting stuff, lugs like that. It was another Brick Central lug meet today in Milton Keynes. It was a private one rather than the public one, so or to sort of have a bit of a difference. There's public events for Brick Central and there's a few private events. So public events are ones where we have shows or maybe a quarterly meet or something, and we sort of invite members of the public, sort of say, if you feel like you want to know what the lug is and what we do, come to one of these events. Whereas some of the private ones are more sort of like exclusives and stuff like that, which we take part of. So I had one of those. I will do a haul video. Something secretive about what I purchased. It's just the nature of it, and it's a closed event, if you like. So my bag is actually on my bed. It's actually got all the Lego in I did buy. Most of it is Power Functions, as a precursor to the fact that it might go. Not necessarily that it will, because there's no indication from speaking to staff, speaking to custom service and people like that it's going to go anytime soon. However, as a preemptive, with the situation of Power being in like the Batmobile and the trains, and it's a big thing about Lego trying to standardise on their connectors by 2020, which will be a separate video I'll go into. I do want to kind of stock up, so I purchased a L motor, battery box, a rechargeable battery box I should point out, a charging cable, a extension cable, and I think there's something else, I'm not too sure. And I also purchased a few of the bits, basically like a small pick-a-brick cup and a few various bits like that, just to tide me over and that sort of stuff. So it's a nice little mix, and it allows me to stock up and do certain things as well. So it's always nice to have that. The other thing to speak about with Lugmates and lug related stuff is that the next show is going for the Brick Central Lug, as far as I'm aware, is going to be Black Country Bricks, which is being hosted on the 2nd of September at Brierley Hill Civic Hall. Now that is a Sunday show rather than a Saturday, and the show itself was originally going to be Saturday the 1st, and then had to migrate to the September the 2nd, due to a increasing demand from exhibitors and that sort of stuff. So it's a bigger venue, should work a bit better and everything else. The only issue with it being a one-day show is that I'm gonna, as a volunteer, I'm gonna have to start really early. I'm also likely to use an Uber or a taxi because at that time of day there's not much in the way of public transport to actually be able to come away from the show. I'm also now a member of Sheffield Lug, or the Slug, as some people like to call it. So Sheffield Lug is a group based roughly in Sheffield, as their centre location, but obviously anybody can join. So I'm now a member of both Brick Central, which is my main lug, and Sheffield as well. So it's a nice little mix there. Moving on to other stuff, I would like to continue the R2D2 part works. At the moment I'm trying to sort out other stuff, that's a bit more of a priority than the R2D2 build your own. So it's stuff that will be in videos coming up very soon. But essentially the R2D2 status as it is just that video that the last video I uploaded that's it. There's not been any other delivery so far, and it's been over 4 weeks as far as I'm aware since the last delivery. So I'm just going to leave it like that for now. And then maybe in a month or so I'll pick it back up again once some other stuff has been sorted. I posted a Brick Model Railroad freight car update. So for those of you that are unaware or possibly not up to speed with some of the stuff I do, I'm building a collection of Brick Model Railroad freight cars and stuff like that. The main list itself, if you want to look at what I'm doing, is actually on my Facebook page, and you have to go to that and it will list the model, like the box car, flat car, tank car and that sort of stuff, what liveries or any variants I'm doing, what load it's got and that sort of stuff. And from that you can actually go and see what I'm doing, what the progress is, and what's left of it. And you can just about see up there is the Pennsylvania boxcar, the PS1 boxcar in reddish brown, and that's in the update as well. And the update just goes over some of the things that's going on with them, what state they're at, and a lot of stuff. A lot of the cars, I should point out, that are in the video are pretty much done. The Brick Central boxcar is now actually the only completed car. But a lot of them are essentially just waiting on flex tube, because flex tube's in the bogies, it's in the underframes, it's in X, Y, Z, and you know, essentially with that flex tube I can't go any further. So that's the size of those effectively. Bricking it, episode 6 I think it is going to be coming up soon about the Ager oil electric locomotive. That video is about 2/3 done. I've got to do a bit of physical recording, and then it's just final stitching and editing, and then that'll be going up on my YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that coming in a bit. The shelf project, I've actually made a great improvement to that, and as part of that I've been able to do a bit of a room rearrange, so expect a video on that coming soon. And lastly, speaking about notes on Facebook, current production list, for those of you interested in what I'm going to be working on or what might be coming up, all that sort of stuff, I've published a note to Facebook, which effectively is a list about what's happening in gaming, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Lego, and a few other bits and pieces. So if you feel interested, look at the list and you can see what I'm working on. Gaming wise, I think is the biggest priority at the moment, because Lego has had quite a lot of videos, so I'm trying to pump out some more gaming content and stuff like that. So and I think that actually rounds off everything in the vlog. So that's it for August, and hope I'll see you in September. So see you then.